VIT Triple E exam that is going to happen on 28th of April to May 3rd, and today is April 16th. That means we are left with 11 days. And 27th of April I am not even counting. I am counting from 17th of April to 26th of April where you will actually study. So that means you just have 10 days here, right? So this 10 days, how to utilize it properly, everything I am going to tell you in this video, right? Starting from what is the level, what is the syllabus, what are the high weighted chapters that you should focus on, and what are the chapters that you can skip as well, and what should be your strategy for English and aptitude as well, because that must be new for so many students out there. So let's talk about that. But before that, you need to understand one thing, that ma'am, as compared to JEE Mains, what is the level of VIT Triple E? Now, if you go through the previous year questions, you will find out yourself that JEE Mains is so much tougher as compared to VIT Triple E. That means if your JEE Main score was not good, right, but little bit basics are clear and you have gone through the PYQs of VIT Triple E and JEE Mains, definitely you will be able to score good in VIT Triple E. You can see this over here, that this is a person who has done BTech in Vellore Institute of Technology itself, and this person is saying it is easier compared to JEE Mains, JEE Advanced and BITSAT as well. That means high chances of scoring good here, right? If you see this here, no level of VIT Triple is not compared to JEE Mains. Then ma'am, what is the issue here? If VIT Triple is easier than JEE Mains, then what is the competition? That why students are not able to crack VIT Triple E? What is the catch here? So the catch here is time. In JEE Mains and VIT Triple E, the major difference is time here. In JEE Mains, the more concept depth are there, right? They will ask you question which will have multiple concepts as well. But in VIT Triple E, you will see direct questions they are asking you. But here there is time constraint. That means if you can see 150 minutes for 125 questions, right? That means if we calculate this, goes for 72 seconds per question. Now, how difficult it is, right? That means you have to manage your time well. That means you have to understand what question to skip even at a higher pace as compared to JEE Mains. So actually, it is a race of time. It is not the race of high level questions or complicated question. No, it is a race of sure short. If you know how to manage your times, you will be able to do that. That means you need to utilize these 10 days properly so that you can work on your time management skill for that VIT Triple E exam. And that is why, now see, you can only focus that this question to attempt or not if you have good clarity that what kind of questions are there, from which chapter the questions are repeated, if you have done those chapters, right? If this chapter is a surprise to you, you have not never even understood this chapter, then you won't be able to understand whether this question to do or skip, right? That means you need to understand in the past PYQs, past questions of VIT Triple E, what is the pattern that is repeated, and based on that I am telling you how to utilize the next 10 days. So before that, don't forget to stay connected, because not only VIT Triple E but other exams, EEEE, SRM, all that also we are focusing on, and your admission criteria, what colleges to focus on, everything I am doing on this channel. So stay connected, because right now information is gold for you. If you miss one information, that means you will lose your seat, right? So all this data we bring so that we can save your time and you can utilize that time in studying, right? So let's see what exactly to do. So if you see, this is from shiksha.com. You can see this here. This is a update regarding VIT Triple E 2026, that here negative marking has been introduced. Earlier it was not like that. Moreover, the marks given to one question are also increased here. So if you can see the new pattern, the new marking scheme is that 4 marks will be given for every correct answer, just like in JEE Mains. -1, that means 1 marks will be deducted for every incorrect answer here. And that is where it is even Now, questions are not that complicated, but negative marking is introduced. Time is also a big constraint here. And these are the two problems that students face in VIT-EEE, right? Now, if you see this here, number of questions are 125. Each question is having 4 marks, so total marks are 500 here, right? If you see the next thing here, there are how many subjects for the students who have BTech in degree programs, right? They can go for mathematics, then physics, chemistry, English aptitude is same for bio students as well. If you are going for any biotechnology, then in the BTech of bio stream, instead of math, you will have biology here, right? Now, if you see, the maximum weightage is of maths and bio. Maths for students who have opted for maths, bio for those students who have opted for bio, right? Other things are same. Physics is 35, chemistry is 35, English is 5 and aptitude is 10. Now, there is a major mistake that students make here. They tend to ignore English and aptitude. That you should never do, because these 15 marks you can gain here, right? Not marks, but 15 questions you can do correctly. 15 into 4 you can gain here, right? That is why we'll focus on each subject here. What are the high weightage topics of each subject? You can see that over here there is a syllabus, right, of physics, chemistry and maths. You can take a screenshot. This is the official source, this is aptitude, and this is English. So this official data though you can also get anywhere, right? You can also get it yourself from the official site. Then what is the use of me being here, right? So if you can see, I have already done most must do topics, right? From every chapter, the topics that are again and again repeated, and you can go and watch that video. It's already on the channel on the live section. I'll also get the link in the description box, right? Now let's focus on high weightage topics, high weightage chapters, right? Firstly, I'll talk about 11th and 12th here, which section is more asked here. So class 11th is more asked, that is around 65%. In class 12th is less asked here. In VIT-EEE, they focus more on class 11th here, right? And if I talk about subject wise, then in maths, this is a percentage that they give, maximum percentage to calculus. Then there is coordinate geometry, that is 14%, trigonometry 5%, algebra 30%, vector 14%. And based on this data, we have these high weightage topics from where these are the number of questions that they are asking you. And by doing these chapters, you can expect 104 to 112 marks in your exam. This is very important for you. See, application of derivatives, 4 questions are expected. Probability, 3 questions are expected. 3D geometry, 3 questions. Vector algebra, 2 questions. Complex number, 2 questions. Differential equation, 2 questions. Matrices, 2 questions. Then parabola, 2 questions. Definite integration, 2. Hyperbola, 1 to 2. Determinants, 1 to 2. Mathematical reasoning, 1 question. Area under the curve, 1 question. Take a screenshot of this, right? Because these are the chapters that should be on your tips, right? Now, these are the less weightage chapter, right? Sets and relations, straight lines, binomial, sequence series, trigonometric equations, linear programming. These are low weightage. So that means you have to focus on high weightage chapters in the next 10 days, right? Now, let's talk about chemistry. In chemistry, 3 sections are there. You have organic, inorganic and physical. So what they do is, they ask you maximum from organic. Then there is physical, that is around 38%. This is not exact, this is approximately from the pattern, right? And minimum usually they ask from inorganic. This is the pattern of VIT-EEE. That means organic, see, physical chemistry will definitely, there will be calculation. Time is less here, right? So in physical, out of these 3, maximum scoring one is organic chemistry, because questions are very direct. They can be done in 10 seconds, 50 seconds, 1 minute as well. You can easily do those questions. They are not very lengthy questions. They don't ask you in VAT-EEE from organic. Physical, because of calculation, it definitely becomes lengthy here. Inorganic, less percentages there, so I would advise you focus more on organic here, right? If you see, these are the chapters to focus from GOC. 5 to 6 questions. Alcohol, phenol, ethers, 4 questions. Thermodynamics, 3 questions. Chemical kinetics, 2. Amines, 2. Atomic structure, they ask you 2 questions approximately. Chemical equilibrium, 2. Solid state, 2. Biomolecules, 2. P block, 2. Coordination compounds, 1 to 2. Electrochemistry, 1 to 2. So these are the top chapters from where they ask you questions again and again, and you can expect by doing these chapters 112 to 124 marks you can expect from here, right? Okay, then let's talk about less weighted chapters that you can also skip. Environmental chemistry was not there in JEE Main, so you can skip that. Surface chemistry was also not there, right? Redox reaction, polymers also you can skip. Chemistry in everyday life, S block you can skip. Redox reaction and solution, I would say just revise it once, but yeah, just revise the formulas and everything, right? Now, next is physics. Now in physics, right, 104 to 128 marks you can expect by doing these chapters. Modern physics, right, 5 to 6 questions. Optics, 4 to 5 questions. Current electricity, 4 questions, right? Electrostatics and capacitors, 3 to 4 questions. Magnetic effect of current, 3 to 4 questions here. Then if you see semiconductor, 2 to 3 questions. Alternating current, 2 questions. Electromagnetic induction, 2 questions. Center of mass, momentum and collision, 1 to 2 questions here. These are the high weightage. Take a screenshot of this one. Done. Now, less weightage topics are like thermodynamics, KTG. These are less weightage topics of physics, right? Focus on high weightage topics, right? Now, what about English and aptitude, ma'am? Right? Let's talk about that, because that you don't have any knowledge, right? How to strategically move in such a way that you get like full marks in this English and aptitude. Let's focus on that. See, firstly, in the English part, I am telling you, these are very important points that they will give you comprehension based question. There will be a big paragraph. They will ask you questions based on that. So usually this is also case based question that you used to do in board examination. Isn't it same like that? There we used to talk about subject. Here we are talking about English here. So they have given you some comprehension, right? Firstly, student, the biggest mistake they do is already time is less. Firstly, they will start reading the passage. That is absolutely wrong way. Firstly, you will go through the questions. Then you will, by identifying the question, okay, this is the part that I need to identify from the comprehension passage, and there you will read the comprehension. You will underline the questions that they have asked and the answer to that. That's how you give the answers, right, of comprehension. Then next is your tough words. Usually what they do, they in the comprehension usually, and without comprehension also, for example, one sentence is given to you, right, and they will give you some tough word in that, right? I'll give you a very simple word here. She is amazing, she is so sophisticated, right? Because they are saying she is amazing, so sophisticated must be a very good word, right? So they will give you options of synonym of sophisticated, antonyms of sophisticated, all these things, right? So that is how you have to identify it. Use surrounding sentences to derive meaning of tough words, right? And just go through the PYQ. You don't have to do some extra thing here. Just go through the PYQs. Now, if I talk about subject verb agreement, tenses and prepositions that you must have done in class 10th, right? These grammar things. Just go through them once, like what are tenses, the basic rules, preposition, helping verbs. Just go through the basic rules of that. If you want me to do that for you, I can do that. Just write it down in the comment section. Ma'am, please take a separate session on English for those 5 questions. So there I can teach you theory as well as the questions, right? Because the theory is very minimal here. So I can just give you the summary of that, right? Then all the 5 questions, you're not like you're giving 10, 15 minutes just to English. No, Your target should be to complete it within 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, because no calculation, nothing is needed here. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer, right? If you don't know, skip it right away. If you know, just tick it, right? So you have to be very smart. Don't overdo in time in English, right? Then reading comprehension, grammar and vocabulary, right? That is from the tough words. You can say revise grammar rules, vocab list, practice reading comprehension every day. Now for this, I would just advise you, these are quite easy. Just go through the PYQs. You'll be able to manage it. I know that, right? You are that smart. You will be able to do that, right? I just need to take one session of you and you will be pro in it. I am 100% sure on that. Now, aptitude is tougher than English. That's absolutely correct. Here you need to do some hard work here. You just can't do by intuition. You can't take the questions here. For this, data interpretation, numerical reasoning and spatial reasoning are the three topics they ask you in aptitude. Data interpretation and logical reasoning will be your prime focus here, right? They will give you data. They can give you data in the form of graph or pie chart, right? And they can ask you questions based on that pie chart that we used to do. I think in 10th class, there was a proper topic of data interpretation, right? Then logical reasoning, right? Statement 1, statement 2 can be given to you, right? So all these things are in, they can give you like a series, and for example, A, B, C, D series is given, and F they are asking you to find out. So this is all what you have in this thing, right? Then you have PYQ mastery. Solve last 5 to 6 years, right? The question is, ma'am, I have no idea about data interpretation, this and that. Now, how to do that? Now, I can also take one session on aptitude. If you say so, write it down in the comment section if you are completely clueless on that, right? Because I know how to teach you, because we will only focus on the PYQs. Last 5 to 6 PYQs, do that, right? And you are sorted for aptitude. You don't need to do anything else, right? Now, other things, right, apart for this, some tips for you. One is your final revision, and for your final revision, I don't know if you have your short notes or not. If they are not there, just go through these videos. One is full organic chemistry, full inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, all of that I have done here. No doubt this is just for JEE Mains, but the high weighted chapters of VIT are same in JEE Mains, right? So you can just go through them, because I have told it in very shortcut manner, and so that revision can happen. So you can watch these videos at 2x speed, right? Or I can also provide you with full syllabus notes that I also provided for JEE Main. So I can also provide you with the full syllabus notes. Just to let me know in the comment section, right? Then revisit high weightage topics, right? High weightage that I have already told you, focus on those more, and try to solve questions on high weightage topics. And for question also, so that you don't have to do that much, I'm already taking your session here. If you see this over here, I have already taken inorganic chemistry and physical chemistry session, right? And today I'll be taking, I think by the time this is uploaded, I'll be taking organic chemistry session. You can just watch that right away, right? So organic chemistry top 30 PYQs I am taking at this point, and I'm planning to take full chemistry, right? We are also talking to physics and maths teacher here, right? It is still in process, and I'm trying my 100%. You have no idea, right? I'm trying my 100% to do that. Aptitude and English, I promise you that I will take here, right? You don't have to worry about that, right? Now, apart from this, right, as I told you, other sessions are also in the planning, right? Now, just tell me in the comment section what else you need, right? There is one more thing that is needed here, and that is the practice, right? Ma'am, practice you're already doing. Now, this is the free practice that I am doing for you, right? This is these sessions, full chemistry and other subjects. It is totally free on YouTube, no charges, nothing is there, right? Now, for your own practice, right? Because see, in the exam, for 125 questions, right? So you have very less time here, right? And that is the reason, to manage that time, you have to go through a lot of mock test here, right? So next main priority is your mock test, right? So daily you should give mock test apart from the sessions that I am taking here, right? Full length mock test you will have to do. Analyze your mock test, right? Like spend 2 hours in analyzing where you have done mistake. Have you done negative marking is more or less? Everything focus on that. Were you able to pick good questions? Have you done any silly mistake? Were you able to manage the time or not? Every single thing analyze. Trust me, next 10 days your speed will increase to, let's say, 2 or 3x. So definitely it will increase. 2x you can manage if your speed is very slow. Like if you're able to do questions but you are getting stuck in tricky questions, then obviously 2x it will not increase. But yes, silly mistake will be reduced here, and I would say it will nullify the silly mistakes, right? Then resolve the wrong or unattempted question. Now it's not like, okay, this question I was not able to do, see what is the correct answer of that. So 3 steps: firstly, go through the mock test as exactly like you are sitting in the exam. Second step is to analyze it properly. Third step is to, like, in analyzing, that means you have to see what questions you have done, what are the silly mistakes, everything. Third step is to attempt it again with the unattempted question, solve it yourself, right? That is a full mock test coverage that we say. Now, you all must be thinking, ma'am, we don't have mock test. So I talked to the team about it, right? Because see, mock test is very important at this point. Without practice, this time management is very difficult, right? That is why I talked to the team and we arranged VIT EEE test series for you, right? And here we are providing you 15 full length test series, right? Now this is just at 499 rupees, right? Earlier it was at 1000 rupees, but I requested the team to reduce the price because just 10 days are left here. So that is why now it is at 50%, that is 499, right? And here it is same, exactly same as your VIT EEE pattern. 125 question and duration will be 2 hour 30 minutes, that is 150 minutes only. So duration and the question and the paper pattern will be same as VIT EEE, so that it can help you to exercise your brain regarding that, right? So that would be my advice to you, that focus on this, right? And do attend all the sessions that I am taking here, right? And do let me know in the comment section if you have other questions regarding VIT EEE, because I want all my students who have lost their chance in JEE Mains to get into VIT. I really want you to be there, right? So everybody, do let me know if any kind of problem you're facing. I'm always there. That's why your Telegram comment section is also on right now, because I want you guys to tell me if you have any kind of problem that you're facing, so that I can resolve that problem for you, right? So that's it for today, guys. Do let me know in the comment section about all of this, right? What is the problem? Anything you want in your head, just write it down in the comment section. Till then, this is Diksha Kaushal signing off. Bye bye.